Brent, was there a situation during your Tennessee career where you made a kick, or there was a situation that all of a sudden gave you a lot of confidence that you could be a successful kicker at the college level?
Not really, no. I kind of go out there. I mean, even if it's an extra point or, a 50-plus yard field goal, I kind of have the same mentality, which each field goal really. Um, I just want to make it and kind of put my team above, the other team. And I mean, one kick, I kick each ball with one mentality, that this is my first kick and I'm going to make it. And I don't even think about any other kick really. So.
We'll go to David Pascal, followed by Dan Harrelson.
Hey, Brent, obviously when everybody hears a number like 44 players that missed last Saturday's practice, you wonder how the morale of the team is going through something like this. How is the morale? And kind of take me through what happens when someone's in quarantine. What's the relationship with the players that are still out there practicing? Are y'all staying in touch with those who aren't as fortunate?
I mean, the team overall, we're all really close. For us, the morale really didn't change. We have a goal, is to get set for South Carolina, and we're going to do that each and every day. And honestly, the senior class, we kind of stepped up as leaders, and we kind of pushed everybody. So I'd say the morale kind of really never changed.
And how much contact is there between the players via text or whatever, that the players that can't be practicing right now and those who still are?
Yeah. I mean, we're all kind of a close bunch. We all kind of talk every day, even if it's to check up on them, like, hey, how you doing? And we're always on a Zoom call or texting or calling each other. So.
Dan?
Brent, talk about the special teams unit. You have yourself, Paxton's back, Joe Doyle's returning, and Brett Graham transferred in. You mentioned that you guys are close, but just kind of talk about the competition, whether it's kicker, punter, and holder.
Yeah. I mean, I think overall the specialist unit, it's going to be a good year for us. We have Pax Brooks returning. He's a great punter and kickoff specialist. We have Joe, who just brings a good morale to the group. And you also have Brett Graham that transferred in. He's a good character to have. It's going to be very competitive in each position. Even with long snappers, we're all kind of an older bunch now, but the long snapper group, a couple young guys stepping in, and I'm very, very confident that they're going to get their job done. So I'm excited to see what this unit holds for us.
We'll go to Patrick Brown, then Wes Rucker.
Brent, I think you hit from 51 and 53 last season. I guess, have you expanded your range at all going into this season? How far out do you feel like you can hit it from?
I tell Coach Brewer every game day, cross the 50 and I'm good. I want to attempt it. For me, I mean, each year I want to improve on something, and distance and accuracy and being very consistent was one of them. But, I'm confident in the field goal unit from snap to hold that we'll get it down, and, wherever we attempt it, we'll make it.
The longest one you've hit in a practice this preseason?
I really don't kind of look at all that stuff, but if I had to put a number on it, I did hit one from 60 in Neyland last week. So.
Wes?
Brent, I know that with everything going on with COVID, I think we saw in one early FCS game or something, there was a team that had missed like 3 long snappers or something at the same time, and guys being in quarantine. How many more guys have had to get ready as, snappers, holders, and stuff like that, just in case?
I kind of really don't pay attention to stuff. I kind of focus more on what I could control. As you can tell, there's a lot of uncertainty with this COVID stuff in the season. But actually, funny story, I was talking to my dad yesterday, and he said, we can only control the controllables, and we have to kind of stand firm in our faith and trust God, because everything that's happening now is happening for a purpose and a reason. And I truly believe that. So right now I'm going to just control the controllables and get ready for South Carolina.
And the second thing I had was, I know that you, there's been this nickname, I don't know who on the internet started it, but you've been called Automaglia. And
Yep.
I'm wondering, what are your thoughts on that? I know you're not a guy who lacks confidence.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's a cool name, but I want to be something more than just a nickname or a saying. You know, I want to go out there for a bigger reason and a bigger purpose. So I kind of don't dive in all that stuff. It's more about the power T on the jersey, the last name. So, you know, I never really dove into all that.
We'll go to Mike Wilson.
Yeah, Brent, you kind of mentioned Joe Doyle and his personality. What was it like having him come back and rejoin you guys? Was that a surprise? And how much fun has it been to have him back?
I mean, yeah, it was a surprise. You know, Joe's a great athlete and honestly a great friend. I've been with him every year I've been here. And it's just great to have him back. I mean, just the personality and the character he brings to the unit. You know, he comes in every day with a smile. And with him, you know, I love his work mentality. Each day is not, you know, he doesn't take a day off. It's always a work day for him. And honestly, it's good to have that around. It builds up confidence not only in myself, but all the other specialists.
We'll go to Jimmy Himes.
But I was wondering, in terms of Tennessee, I think has not been able to scrimmage as much as it wanted to. Coach Pruitt has talked about calling some off. Do you think that kickers are less affected by not scrimmaging because you guys can always go off on your own to work on your skills?
Yeah. I mean, scrimmages are nice for us because it kind of gets us, you know, ready for what game day scenarios will be like. But personally for me, like I'm game ready every day. I don't go out there just to kick. I go out there to, you know, get ready to be, you know, be game ready. So I mean the scrimmages are helpful, but you know, practices are also helpful because that kind of hones in what I'm doing and kind of prepare for South Carolina.
We'll go to Wes Rucker, followed by Troy Wallace.
Hey, Brent, kind of a side topic here. I know there's that tiger that's been running around Knoxville. Apparently, if you could only send one teammate in there to go get that tiger, who would it be and why?
Oh, without a doubt, Trey Smith. You kidding me? The tiger sees Trey running up. That tiger's gone.
Brett, during this is Trey Wallace, during the time where you guys were back home, up until you got to come back on campus, were you working with any kind of kicking coach back home? And if you were, what are some things that you guys had in mind that you wanted to get better at for this year?
Yeah. Actually, funny, I didn't have a field to kick on when I went back home. I was kicking basically in a ditch, just an open field. And I was kicking towards a light post. But yeah, no, I honestly, my dad helped me out a lot. He was out there every day I kicked. I also sent film to Dan Orner a few days, just kind of get, you know, a recap of what I need help with. But honestly, personally, I think that time home and that time sitting in a ditch kind of brought me back to my roots and made football fun again. Because it's honestly not about where you are. It's doing what you love. And I honestly had fun with it every day. So
When you say you were working in a ditch, we talking about like a field near your house or something like that, or can you explain it?
yeah, no, in Florida they have these big ditches.
Right.
And basically you could put a football field out there, but it was funny. We went to Home Depot and we bought a little handheld grass cutter, and we were cutting little squares to where I can actually, you know, kick the ball without getting too much grass. But yeah, ditch.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I think that's all we got. Thank you, Brent.
Awesome. Thank you.